Hello once again everyone, I am Big Red One with Gamers Armada, and I'm here to deliver your review for Warhammer 40k Space Marine. Now for those of you wishing to take a trip down this lane, I just have two questions for you. Do you hate Xenos? Do you have a chainsword? Well then you sir, or madam, are in luck, because you will have ample opportunity to rip through more orcs than you can shake a stick at in this over-the-top success of an entry into the Warhammer 40k universe. From the first moment, you're going to notice that the action is constant and insane, and the melee finishers are absolutely over the top, brutal, gory, and awesome. You will not be unhappy with the amount of blood you see in this game. First of all, when you get in this universe, you have to understand that everything about this universe is death. Everything is destruction. You do nothing but kill. That is the exact concept of the Warhammer universe. A never-ending war in which you are constantly slaughtering your enemies, trying to gain a foothold or to save yourself. This game really brings home that fact because there's blood everywhere, enemies galore, and you will not suffer for lack of one. Now, while you're slaughtering the enemies of the God Emperor, you're gonna notice there is a fair amount of variety in weapons. A lot of these weapons you've already seen in the Dawn of War series by THQ, but that's okay because you actually get to use them yourself in the game and determine how they're used and when you actually get to put them into play. One of the cooler things about this, though, is that you actually get a hold of the jump packs that your Assault Marines in the Dawn of War series had used before, and that is probably the best part about this game. Using that jump pack, flying through the air, smashing your enemies is actually just so much fun that I never wanted to stop doing it. I wish they had included the jump packs more in the game, but ultimately they made the right decision because it kept me wanting to do it. It never got boring, and I loved every second of it. And as I'm mentioning the Dawn of War franchise, probably the coolest thing to note is that if you've ever played the RTS strategy franchise Dawn of War 2, the world in which you played there is the world in which you are playing here, because the same team members that worked on Dawn of War 2 are the same team members that worked on this game. So the aesthetics are almost the same, which is a great thing. I loved trouncing through the world and killing all my enemies in that game, but now I get to do it on the ground as an actual Space Marine. Instead of controlling them as a bird's-eye view, I actually get to be there, chopping their heads off, smashing them with my Warhammer, and again, using that jump pack to great effect. Now, unfortunately, there are some negative points about this game. The first negative point is that while there are a ton of enemies to kill, and I do mean a ton of enemies, they are the same enemies over and over again, and your strategy fighting them really isn't going to change. There's going to be a lot of shooting, a lot of cutting, and a lot of hammering, and ultimately with your melee finishers, it makes you at risk in the game because in order to regain health, you have to finish them off with a melee finisher. And once you do that, you can actually still be hit by other people, and if you're low on health, you'll actually die trying to pull this off. Again, these aren't hard points, but at the same time, it does tend to take away from the game when you've killed your 1 billionth orc. But whatever gripes I may have about this game, it's a little hard to talk about because the rub is that this is exactly what the Warhammer universe promised us all along. A never-ending horde of orcs. Simple duality, good versus evil, chaos, and humanity. That is what you get in this game, that is what you've always wanted, that's what you've always seen, that's what you've always played before. But now in this game, because it's brought to the forefront, it's a little difficult to really accept that all you're going to do is slaughter a million orcs, kill some chaos people that are trying to become better than they are, and ultimately win the day. Which is exactly what you want to do, it's what you've always wanted to do as a Space Marine. So, to say that there are some negative aspects of this game is yes, that's true because they are negative. As a gamer, I feel like I want more variety. But ultimately, what I want out of this universe is exactly what you're going to get in this game. The simple duality of good versus evil, a million orcs that you are never going to kill enough of. The brutality, the death, the war, it's constant. Accept it, because you know what? It is a lot of fun. And in the end, you're going to buy this game for the single player, but the multiplayer is very addicting too. There's a lot of simple modes, but it's still a lot of fun. I'm going to recommend, honestly, you need to buy this game. I've never had more fun playing a shooter than I did in this game, and you will too. Give it a chance. I'm pretty sure you'll love it.